Good morning, boys and girls. This is Coastal, also known as Marventus, coming at you from a foggy morning in the United Kingdom of England. Another first-person cast here from the Bronze League between myself and my gaming buddy Silent X, whom I met on the I was going to say WoW forums, but actually on the Starcraft 2 forums. We decided to do a quick 1v1 here, and this turned out to be a nice match to illustrate the importance of zerglings. I tend not to be very zergling heavy in my gameplay generally, and I have since changed my mind about that. And this is an excellent example of why they do rule pretty much whenever, really. Early, mid, late game, whatever you want. This is a nice and quick game, which I will show you what happens, where Silent X does a little bit of a roach harassment and then gets countered by a mass of zerglings. Doing the extractor trick over there, up at 11 of 10 supply, myself here in the top right hand corner, Marventus is the blue zerg. In the bottom right hand corner we've got Silent X as the red zerg, who is busily droning away. Neither of us in any kind of hurry at this point. We're focusing on the droning and the economy. Overlords coming out for both of us at pretty much the same time. Here we have Silent X drone doing a little run around, seeing what's going on in my neck of the woods. And in the meantime, he's droning away and I am droning away. What have we got? We've got almost exactly the same drone count, which is of course to be expected. Now we're running across 12 supply. I should be popping down my spawning pool now. There it is. Right, Silent X still not quite popping down his. He's getting himself to 14 supply before he knocks down his, I believe. But I like to get my spawning pool out early when against Zerg, just on the off chance that somebody rushes me. You never know what might happen. We're on Metalopolis here, of course. Fantastic map, lots of opportunity to do some fun things. And there is the spawning pool going down for Silent X at 14 supply. Now my drone should be coming around to do some scouting fairly soon. In fact, I've got an overlord heading in this direction as well. And let's see where we are. Spawning pool about to be halfway done now for Silent X. Mine should have popped at this point. Is about to pop any second now, which means I am just moments away from a queen. And my first gas has gone up as well and has started mining on it. Spine crawler going up early. I've decided to be a little defensive here just in case something weird crops up my way. Queen coming out plus my first 4 zerglings. Now generally I will send the first couple of zerglings to pick up the Zelnaga towers, which I didn't do in this game for some odd reason. I think I must have simply forgotten. Right, and a hatchery going down at 14 supply for Silent X. Now I did manage to catch sight of this. If you can see here, I actually know that he's getting a hatchery because my drone's just running right past it. Right, which means I'm feeling relatively safe at this point. I know that he's not going to rush me early with some sort of 7-roach rush or something because he just spent 300 minerals on a hatchery. So I'm feeling pretty safe at this point as well. Right, there comes my queen. My spine crawler is up. And I believe I'll be getting my hatchery any second now as well. There it is. There it is. At 16 supply, my second hatchery or first expansion going down. Silent X wondering why I did the double scout. That's because I walked in with the drone and an overlord. But that was by mistake. First gas going up for Silent X here now, nice and late at 17 supply actually. So he will not be getting his metabolic boost bonus anytime soon. And I should actually be getting mine, and usually I will do that with my first 100 gas, but I seem to have forgotten to do it now here. So I should have that going up any second now. Let's see, my second hatchery now halfway done, and his second hatchery has already popped at this point. What else do we see here happening? We've got a nice batch of droning going on here for Silent X, who's doing a better job at this than me right now. I'm still a little bit behind on my drone count. Taking up to a lair first, that's quite unusual for me. Perhaps I was thinking of doing some muta play following up the lings. My first 4 zerglings have popped. And his Silent X's hatchery is currently only got a couple of drones on it. He's not doing any major droning up there right now. Second gas going up and a roach warren going up. So we can see some early roach harassment potentially on the way here. My first few drones are being sent off to the second hatchery, so mining can get started there. Right, and lair tech is happening nicely. And so far I'm still not getting my metabolic boost. Alright, so currently you see neither of us have got much in the way of units going on. We've done quite a bit of droning, but not quite a bit of unit making. No real danger happening from either side. There's no real reason to have any major amount of units. We see the first couple of zerglings are popping for Silent X, and he's going to grab the Zelnaga towers with them, as indeed he should. 2 gases now up and mining for Silent X, and now my metabolic boost gets into play because I've done my drone count to a satisfactory level for this part of the game, and I'm now trying to focus on building a little bit of armies so I don't get completely bomb rushed in the beginning, as I have on a number of occasions. So the first 4 roaches now coming out for Silent X. Now the interesting thing to see here is the timing of the attack and the counterattack. See, right now I am not pummeling out any sizable amount of units at all, but I do have quite a large amount of lava built up. So my first 20 zerglings are now on the way. Just enough to counteract this a potential early push. So here come these first 4 roaches, right, from Silent X, taking the scenic route up here, about to do some attacking on my second base over here. So I've got my first few zerglings now out, just enough to deal with some early rushing, nothing too serious, and keeping an eye on things here at the front of the base. Now we've got 4 roaches about to come in now to do their early harassment. Now let's take a look at the timing of this particular thing. The roaches come in and they start doing some harassment. Zerglings go in to defend. My queen goes down in a big hurry, no match against those 4 roaches. Now so far he's seeing a moderate amount of zerglings that are on the way. And while his roaches are going down, I'm pummeling out 28 zerglings. Now at this point he's not managed to spy those 28 zerglings. So as far as Silent X knows, all I have is that batch over there. But in reality, all my saved lava now come into good use. Popping out a huge amount of speedlings and then going directly for the counterattack when he's got absolutely nothing happening. He's peacefully popping down a baneling's nest. He's got no units whatsoever because he just used them all up in his attack, and voila, in come the speedlings. This is going to look ugly. There's a surprise Silent X wondering what the hell is going on. Right, and that hatchery is about to be down in no time at all. And here we are, boys and girls, the wondrous power of the mass amount of speedlings. Right, which I can't for the life of me understand why I never used to do this before. I don't know what these guys are eating at right now, but I think potentially some lava. Oh yes, and I moved them into the main base after that. And more havoc is wreaked here, and this is of course the end of this particular game. There's no way to recover from this because these speedlings are going to be eating through this mineral line and this hatchery in no time at all. So there we are. I really ought to be using these speedlings a lot more. A few banelings coming in, but they get taken out pretty easily. And that is the end of that game. So thank you to Silent X for demonstrating this particular aspect of the game. Whenever doing those early rushes, always important to have a few units back in defense, right? Because if you don't, this may very well happen to you, and then that will be simply ugly. But thank you again to Silent X for being my game partner at the time, and you guys who are watching, of course, feel free to comment and like and dislike and whatnot else as one does on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next game, which is gonna be just a major bit of weirdness. Ta-ta!